clicked this video, you probably want to know what the best shoe is for indoor football in 2023. And if that's the case, well, you're in luck, because today I'll give you my top 5 of the best indoor football shoes that you can buy at Unisport right now. In the link right up there. Shameless plug. Let's go! And we can kick things off with the new Balance Audazo V6. And to be fair, it's a little bit rough to have such a good shoe so far down the list, because it's actually really good. It's one of those shoes where if you told me I could only wear Audazo for the rest of my life playing indoors, I probably wouldn't hate the situation too much. Because what you get here is a super soft, very lovely one-piece suede forefoot and midfoot that has this interesting balance of being really sharp on the ball, but also adding that trademark softness that a lot of people, myself included, are looking for in an indoor shoe. You also get a decent amount of stability and, sturdiness in the midfoot and the heel. And although the heel is on the chunky side, it's also nice and padded and really, it's just very plush and super comfortable. The outsole is, well, it's got decent amounts of grip, it has awesome flex and a solid amount of cushioning. And the Audazo is just a shoe that is a mixture of something where I feel comfortable and secure with a really nice and nimble forefoot. It's a good shoe. And in fourth place, we have, I guess it's a bit of an old friend now, the Joma Tactico, which, if you know your indoor shoes, you just know that Joma always deliver. But it might also split opinion a little bit, because if you like your sturdier indoor shoes, maybe the Joma Top Flakes will be a little bit more of your jam. But personally, I love the Tactico, and I especially love the super thin knitted upper and the really low sleek profile that just really emphasizes this very close and sharp and very connected feel on the ball. It just fits really well and gives you this nice natural sensation on the ball. Not too much cushioning or all that jazz. And when you combine that with, it's almost like a stupidly flexible outsole, and probably in my book, one of the best I've tried. It's just a really solid indoor shoe that also adds the feeling of a modern football boot to the court. Not too bad, especially not for the price. And in third, we have another old acquaintance, the Mizuno Morelia Sala Elite, which, I'll be honest here with you guys, it's expensive. And probably also too expensive for a lot of people, given the fact that it's just an indoor shoe. However, the quality of the Sala Elite is, it's undeniable. You get this super soft leather forefoot here. It's so plush and nice and just instantly molds around the shape of your foot. And it gives you that fit the Mizuno is so renowned for with their football boots. And when you combine that with a pretty no-nonsense, relatively low, but also really flexible outsole, you get a toe cap for a little bit of durability and, of course, protection if you like to do toe pokes. And then also combine it with the fact that the upper is relatively similar to that on the Morelia 2, and the fact that the shoe is just so low to the ground, it adds that, again, that familiar yet wonderfully comfortable feeling of a Morelia 2 football boot. So if you're into that, it's just a really good fit. Again, it is borderline, if not to say straight up too expensive. But if you want the best, it's a bit of a treat for your feet. But you gotta have a big wallet. And then there is the adidas Copa Glora, which is a bit of a breath of fresh air. Now, the adidas Copa indoor shoes have been solid since 2019-ish, but I reckon that out of all of those, these are probably the ones that appeal the most to me. See, what you get here is a really soft, but also, you can almost hear it, slightly gritty suede forefoot that is just so perfectly padded, meaning that you get this wonderful, very comfortable and extremely snug, good, nice fit, but it's also just so elegantly weighted on the ball that it just feels so soft and refined to the touch. And as you can hear, there's just a good amount of grip on the ball as well, which on an indoor shoe is just a nice little thing to have. And when you combine that with an overall good, pretty streamlined shape, you have this I mean, it's not the most flexible in the world. It's flexible enough in the forefoot, really stable in the midfoot, in the outsole, and for me, it's just that fit and the touch on the ball that stands out on this one. It might not be as nimble as the Nike Premier Sala 2s, rest in peace, sadly discontinued, but it's probably the closest thing that I've come to those Sala 2s since they were discontinued. So if you miss the Premier Salas, these are great. If you regularly wear and enjoy the Adidas handball specials, these are great, if not better. In fact, if you're just looking for a comfortable, really refined, subtle, elegant shoe, these are great. So you get the point. But as always, I also want to give a shout out to some of the other shoes that could be great options for you to look at. One of them being the Adidas Top Sala Competition, which it does many of the same things as the Copa Glora, but it's just overall a bit sturdier. It has a higher and a harder toe cap, and it's just got a bit more oomph and body to it. But it's a good shoe. There is also the direct successor to the Nike Premier Sala 2s, the Nike Street Gato, which, as the name suggests, it's a street shoe, but you know, it has a nice weight forefoot, and it's just, again, there's a bit more body to it, but probably better geared for the streets, if I'm honest. And of course, also the evergreen, the Nike Lunargato 2, which is one of those shoes you just never go wrong with. It's so comfortable, it's so stable, and it's just built like a freaking tank. You can wear it indoors, you can wear it outdoors, you can do whatever you want. And if you're a bit in doubt, it's just a safe option. I love that shoe. And finally, there is number one, which again, I realize, for me is the Nike React Gato. And I know, it's a little bit boring to have the same shoe as number one again and again. But trust me guys, while I was testing all the shoes, I was looking for something new and fresh to come in and take over and just sweep me off my feet, to be a little bit fresh, have something else as number one. But I just kept coming back to the React Gatos, and the reason I did that is this fly knit upper, which is just so stupidly soft. And you have this really special, almost like matte sticky coating on top that adds a little bit of textured grit to the surface while maintaining that softness. It feels really sharp, very one-to-one and almost sock-like, gives you shades of the first Hypervenom, that Nike skin, and it's a great fit. It's on the wider side, it's super comfortable, and when you combine that with an outsole that, again, it's probably not the most flexible on the list, but it does the job, and it has this really interesting feeling of both agility and stability when you twist and turn and push off. I just really like it a lot. And okay, there are the sense pods underneath that, are they a gimmick? Well, they don't really do much, so I don't mind them, to be honest, but they shouldn't be the primary reason you buy the shoe. That should be for the fit and that feeling on the ball, which for me, as an 11-a-side footballer coming indoors, it's just unrivaled. But my friends, as you know, with top 5 lists, they are super subjective. So this is, of course, just my opinion on what is the 5 to 8 best indoor shoes right now. But what's your favorite pair? Well, as always, let me know in the comment section right down below. And then also remember that if these shoes have piqued your interest or you just need new indoor shoes, you can find so many variations in the link to Unisport right over there. So just go nuts, really. But before you do that, make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notifications on to join one of the biggest and best football families here on YouTube. And if you want to watch more indoor shoe or football boot stuff, well, click the playlist right down there. With those words, I'll be signing off. Cheerio!